Let me talk about intentionality. When I was getting married, I didn't really know much about intentionality and being deliberate. I had not read so many books about it, and nobody was really talking about it the way we are now. So I really did not understand that when you want something or when you want something to work, that you have to really be deliberate about it. You have to be deliberate about every single action and steps that you take. And so some of the things I just expected to be dropped on my laps, I wanted to get it on a platter of gold, which was not it was not feasible. I mean, it was just not going to happen. Things do not get just dropped on your laps just like that, you know. So there were things that I learned along the line that if I had known earlier, I would have had it easier. So marriage is marriage takes being intentional. If you want your marriage to work, you have to be intentional. If you want to be happy, you have to be intentional, because you're actually responsible for your own happiness. It is not your husband or your wife that will bring happiness. A lot of people think that marriage is their husband or their wives are the people that will truly make them happy, but that is not true. That's something you really need to know before marriage, that your husband or your wife is not responsible for your happiness. You are responsible for your own happiness, so you have to be intentional about making yourself happy. You have to be intentional about making your home happy. I was still discussing with my husband yesterday. He said one of the things he decided, which has helped him so far before he got married, was that he decided that no matter what, he was going to enjoy his marriage. That because he has seen a lot of marriages that are just enduring. So he had made up his mind that whichever way, he was going to enjoy his marriage, whatever he needs to do to enjoy his marriage. And so that every single thing he wants to do, that he wants to enjoy his marriage. So, and as a result, I have seen it in the way he acts, the decisions he makes and everything. Sometimes when maybe the house is tense and all that, he can be very playful. He feel some fun and some humor and everything, because he just wants to have fun and enjoy his marriage. And so what you want, you first have to decide on what you want, then be intentional about making it happen. And he also made a statement, said, and that is why he cannot even thrive in a place where there is no happiness, or where there is fight, there's conflict, there's problem. So, and he said it has helped him to be able to quickly apologize when there are issues, even sometimes when he feels that he's not the one at fault. And I also had to learn that over time. To be sincere, my husband is usually the first to apologize. And so probably he learned it earlier before me. But it was later that I was discovering that I needed to also be very apologetic. And I needed to always remember to apologize, or to be able to say I'm sorry without anything, even sometimes without apology from the person, just because you care about your own happiness. You have to guard the heaven in your heart. You have to guard your peace of mind, like your life depends on it. You cannot afford the hell outside to disrupt the heaven within you. So whatever it takes to make sure that you are guarding the heaven, the peace of mind within you, you have to do it. So he said, any small thing, well, not any small thing, but maybe when we're having misunderstanding, he's quick to say he's sorry. And after a while, I started learning it as well. So he's being intentional. He's the man, he can say that, oh, my ego, she's the one that should apologize and stuff like that. But because he knows what he wants, he's being intentional about it. He knows that if I continue like this, we will not be happy. And I want to be happy. I want my home to be happy, to be fun. So let me just apologize to this woman. And he does it. So some of the things I wish I learned earlier is Being intentional, we have to make some sacrifices. I know it is a sacrifice, but for my happiness, for my joy, for my progress, or the progress and the peace of my home, I have to do it. So I will do it. I mean, there was a time I was very unhappy in my marriage. I didn't even, and he was just oblivious of what was happening, very oblivious, until the day I said, I think we need to see a counselor. And he's like, where is that coming from? And then we sat down, we talked about a lot of things. But I had dwelt in that thing, in that place. I had been unhappy for a long time and all that before I don't, started to get over it and start to retrace my step and start to develop myself in some areas. So I one of the things we need to learn earlier before we get into marriage is that we have to be intentional about whatever we want. I want a successful marriage. Be intentional about making it successful. Whatever you have to take, apologize. If it is apology, I will apologize. If it's humility, put ego aside, whatever. Just be intentional about getting what you want.